really certain about what is happening and what is being filed, and that there is no background idea that somebody could think that this person is then going to move into a position with them. So we find that if everybody can sit around a table or have at least a conference call, everybody's going to relax and they can openly discuss their problems. Thank you very much, and I'm going to turn to Rami for the panel.
Already, but wanted to do that. He was going to be here a little earlier, but had a conflict. Johnny Joseph works at Accenture as general manager in their immigration department. That's been since 2006, and for the 9 years prior to that, he worked as a manager with Wipro in their overseas operation and immigration. So again, another strong representative here from the local industry. We're glad he's here. And so, Rami, if you take that over.
Thank you, Minnie. Minnie, thanks you turned it on for me. I have a question for you. How do you recommend installing or instituting a continuous education process with any company?
I assume when you talk of continuous education, it's primarily targeted towards the employees. Because the way I look at things, I think education is required all around a corporation, because there are a lot of corporations that have moved on, and today where management realizes the importance of immigration and has invested a lot of effort and time and resources into developing this. But there are still a lot of companies that still need to do that. But leaving that aside, where what I would call business, when I say business, I'm not including management into it, but I'm talking about the teams who actually need to use immigration to move out, to do their projects and come back. And for that, we have, my experience has been that no one's really interested in written material, no one's interested in talks being given to them, awareness sessions, which we typically used to do at one period of time. What I have experienced that has helped is things like, weekly cartoon strips, which we kind of introduced in one of the organizations. We had, we covered bits and pieces of compliance needs, as well as immigration needs, as well as documentational needs, etc., etc. The entire gamut of it we covered in bits in weekly strips that we used to circulate through email, and those were very, very well accepted, and I think it helped tremendously in educating the public at large. Over and above that, just before they moved out, we used to project, we put together certain clips and films which help them understand the various nuances of moving to a new country, and I think that also helped tremendously. But I think what has helped over a period of time, when at Putney, for example, we've realized that there are certain countries which we definitely are targeting towards, and we have started, at least when I was there, we had started on this. I'm sure it would have gone ahead, but we had kind of, in advance, identified groups who would be moving into certain countries and started on educational programs for them well in advance, so that it wasn't a last-minute rush affair. Even accent neutralization, for example, is something which a lot of people don't think about, but it's important for communicating, for getting understood in the new countries, etc. So these are some of the things which I have implemented over a period, which I feel have helped in educating public at large.
Excellent. So basically, consistency and just on a regular basis, it has to be integrated on a weekly basis, maybe a daily basis. That cannot be an event where you meet once or twice a year and talk about how important it is, and then just let it fade and just get involved with day-to-day operations.
Yeah, and this, I think, requires management support, and that is really, really important, because unless you have management on your side, all this becomes frivolous, or they don't appreciate the need for implementing this.
Best practices.
Probably for a change, I may just try to get some feedback from the people rather than we are at the last session, so making more interactive may be better. So last week we had an incident where one of the senior managers asked a question for the immigration team. He has a US visa and was traveling to Mexico. The question is, can I travel to Mexico with my US visa? And the immigration team must respond to him, saying, yes, you have a visa to the US, you can travel to Mexico, because the latest regulation says Indian passport holder holding a work or business visa can travel to Mexico. Good, clarification is right, but I was just looking into that, the itinerary attached to that. The person holding an L1 visa, L1A visa, transiting through the US to Mexico. So, what is the issue? Did we cover the complete, was that advice complete? What was the issue?
You can travel on the business visa, not on the L1.
At the US port of entry, they don't.
What is the risk? Person entering the US with an L1B visa.
Transit visa.
Yeah. There should be a transit visa. He cannot use his L1 to transit through US. So the advice was good, but it was never complete. There is a compliance risk there. The person would have been sent back. We have companies with more than 1,000 people on H1 in the US. Can some of you say how you manage your public access files? How you ensure that your people are at the right places? They are having the right LCAs, you are maintaining your public access files correctly. How you ensure that? Because I'm sure that many people are relocating without your notice. The project will say, mobility, immigration team will say so many things, but you have to be there at the new location coming Monday morning because you are a billable resource. I cannot just pay. Immigration team will say that you have to apply for your new LCA, wait for the next 10 days, but you have to be at the new place next Monday. We will manage that. How you ensure that your people are at the right location, covered with the right LCA? What's the risk? How you mitigate the risk? How you ensure compliance in that situation? I'm sure that there are many companies here in Tier 1